As you know, there have been many developments related to the AUKUS submarine alliance in recent months. Critical challenges have been identified regarding production capacity, both in terms of facilities and trained personnel. The likelihood of delays further exposes countries with wide expanses of coastline to potential threats. Meanwhile, the war in Ukraine has reinforced how vulnerable vessels are to missile attacks and other dangers, like the development of the DF-17 and DF-27 hypersonic missiles. The necessity of having a suitable underwater deterrent force is obvious. Ocean Submarine, a company with readily available answers to each of these vital challenges in the form of the Neyk N3 Combat Submarine and our state-of-the-art production facilities in Australia. Let's take a moment to assess the current situation and consider how we can deliver effective solutions. By stationing a line of subs along the coastline in rocky areas with a small amount of support in manpower, fuel, and armaments, the Neyk Combat Submarine can eliminate targets unnoticed. This is in direct contrast to the situation today where entire naval fleets are still easy targets for unexpected attacks. By dispersing and exchanging submarine units in different areas, an attack of this kind is made more difficult. In addition, spreading the submarines over a large distance will ensure that different crews cannot be simultaneously affected by chemical attacks or an atomic bomb. The war between Russia and Ukraine has shown how aircraft and ships can be very easy targets for missile attacks. Ocean Submarine have developed a number of new technologies in recent years that mean the Neyk N3 Combat Submarines are not susceptible to modern weapons or cyber attacks. This has enormous benefits compared to other defense units such as aircraft, drones, unmanned undersea vehicles, naval vessels, and submarines, which are dependent on sensors, sonar, radar, and/or control signals for guided missiles remotely controlled via a display screen. A cyber attack can completely disrupt all radio, signals, and displays, causing other submarines to completely lose their orientation and be unable to perform their tasks. Radar and sonar equipment can be easily traced by signals, making ships and/or fighter planes easy targets for modern weapons. Such concerns become a thing of the past with the Neyk Combat Submarine, which has two independent systems installed. Other submarines are completely dependent on a periscope, sensors, sonar, control signals, and monitors, all of which can be easily disabled by a cyber attack. The Neyk Combat Submarine has a large pressure-resistant spherical dome on top, from which pilots can see far more than using a periscope alone. This broader field of view enables them to keep a closer eye on other vessels and aircraft, enabling the craft to act faster and cooperate with other defense units. Australia has agreed to build 8 nuclear-powered subs as part of a program projected to cost up to $368 billion. 3 of the existing Virginia-class subs will be joined by the new SSN AUKUS class, based on UK design and incorporating US technologies. The UK is due to deliver its first SSN AUKUS sub in the late 2030s, with the first SSN AUKUS sub built in Australia expected by the early 2040s. Building these nuclear subs has required Australia to embark on a complex industrial program and create 20,000 jobs. In the UK, budget cuts have seen the number of experienced staff fall from 13,000 to just 3,000. Both countries are now facing an enormous struggle to recruit and train sufficient technical specialists. Even the leading submarine builders with decades of production experience and know-how are likely to face major delays and be subject to significant overspend. This, in turn, creates a clear risk of conflicts arising between the parties involved, especially if orders should be canceled. There is also the potential for state secrets to be leaked. While the major superpowers are decades behind in the delivery of submarines, Ocean Submarine has the capacity and capability to produce and supply our Neyk N3 Combat Sub in large numbers. Our ultra-modern factory in Australia builds the hull and all other steel sections using the latest machinery, with over $50 million invested in our innovative production methods. Top-notch plating machines create an incredibly precise spherical shape from one piece, and all extra parts are welded into place by robots with the utmost precision. In addition to offering a superior production location for building submarines, we can support you with training your personnel. Working on the production of the Neyk Combat Submarine in our facility, we have the capacity to bring literally thousands of people up to the level of expertise and practical know-how required to build nuclear subs. Waiting until the 2030s and 2040s for the completion of the subs being developed under the auspices of the AUKUS Submarine Alliance is a genuine risk. Should conflict arise with a global power such as China, countries like Australia and the United States will struggle to defend their enormous coastlines against an advanced combatant submarine fleet. The Neyk Combat Submarine has been developed in such a way that its weight and dimensions can be transported by the C5 Galaxy. This enables the Neyk Combat Submarine, in contrast to conventional submarines, to be at its destination within 24 hours worldwide. In addition, the Neyk Combat Submarine can carry out missions in very shallow waters, coastlines, and in enclosed sea areas. Neyk Combat Submarine is designed to carry out missions around the world in areas where threats occur, with the submarine initially disabling key targets such as radar stations, missile installations, and command posts. Either for gathering information or tactical purposes, the Neyk submarines will be a weapon system of its own kind. It can deploy a rapid force on any coast for infiltration or retracting purposes. It can be fitted with an extra layer of stealthy provisions. Its primary and secondary weapon system are very versatile, but most of all, its compact size, very low noise profile, and incredible agile maneuverability will help every submarine commander to get his task accomplished. This is where the Neyk Combat Submarine comes, the product of many years of global research aimed at blending knowledge and experiences from the past with the very latest technologies. Ocean Submarine has developed a flexible and innovative form of production for the Neyk N3, which combines advanced technologies in a unique way for a submarine, making it smaller, lighter, and simpler than the current generation, with a far higher level of maneuverability and combat capacity. The new ingenious power system works without major battery packs, fuel and/or oxygen, and generates no noise or vibrations. As a result, the Neyk N3 Combat can perform its tasks virtually unseen and cover far greater distances. By stationing a line of subs along the coastline and rocky areas, combined with a small amount of support in manpower, fuel, and armaments, the Neyk can eliminate targets unnoticed and safeguard against attacks. Other configurations available include 12.7 or 20mm Remote Guardian System, RGS. The system's use of a continuously computed impact point means the gunner simply points and shoots, while the weapon control computer adjusts the weapon to compensate for wind and submarine motion. It is limited only by the maximum effective range of the installed weapon. Ultra-modern factory in Australia, which builds the hull and all other steel sections for Neyk Combat submarines using the very latest machinery. Over $50 million has already been invested in this operation to support our innovative production methods. Top-notch plating machines create an incredibly precise spherical shape from one piece, with all extra parts welded into place by robots with the utmost accuracy. All these activities take place in accordance with the highest standards in the world,